Hi everyone, this is Aneta, the owner of Crossstitch Vienna, and this is my fourth floss tube. The fourth floss tube is packed because I have so many things to show you. I have finished cross stitch to show you. I have some work in progress to show you. I prepared two more projects to stitch on, which I mentioned in the last video, and I also asked some questions on Instagram, so we have 4 questions that I will be answering today. I did some fabric dyeing for 2 upcoming projects, which I'm also going to show you. I am so excited that I have content for this video. A sip of coffee. So, first off, I'm going to show you my latest finish. Actually, I have 2 finishes, but one I will show you on this video, and the second one I will just show you as a picture because I will explain in a second. So, the first one is a keepsake. So, if you've been watching my Flosstube, you know that I am taking a day off on the World Cross Stitch Day, which is on the 8th of August, and I'm going to stitch for 24 hours, and the patterns that I'm going to stitch will be exclusively creepy. Following the example from the World Cross Stitch Day organizers, which I am in no way affiliated with, I just really love the idea of celebrating cross stitch like that. I designed a keepsake for the Creepy edition. Keep It Creepy is available to all customers of Cross Stitch Vienna for free. So how do you become a customer? Well, you'll go and buy something from the store, and then you are automatically assigned Tier 1. And Tier 1 means that you get access to customer exclusive content such as some freebies, early releases of some charts, and also some articles on my blog. The way it's been framed, I mean, if you've watched the last video, you know what's inside. I made it into this like hanging board, like I put some school's fabric that I had in my drawer. This I bought at Komolka in Vienna, which is a very popular and massive fabric and needlework supply store on Mariahilferstraße, so that's the main shopping street in Vienna. Yeah, it's really cool. If you're in Vienna, you should definitely visit it. So yes, you can get this for free. Stitch it before the World Cross Stitch Day Creepy Edition or on the day. I hope you like the second finish. So I finished my horror junkie, but I don't know if I can show it here because I used some red acrylic paint to add some fake blood to the framing, and also on the actual finished cross stitch, and it looked a little bit too realistic. So I'll show you a picture of the finish. I posted it already on my social media. It came out beautifully. The choice of fabric was honestly Black Dahlia's fabric are so good, so beautiful. If you want to try them, Black Dahlia is still running sale as part of the Creepy Cross Stitch Collective initiative to prepare for the World Cross Stitch Day. So until the end of July you can get 20% off. If you visit the Creepy Cross Stitch Collective file, there is a tab specifically for all of the discounts for the World Cross Stitch Day, and honestly get yourself some fabric from her store just to try it out, because it's such a nice deal, and also her fabric are so beautiful, so colorful. She's already started posting some Halloween themed fabric. I saw that she posted some orange pumpkin spice color fabric just yesterday, so now is a good time to try something new. I mentioned earlier that I did some fabric dyeing myself because I am designing 2 charts, one for Halloween and one for Christmas already, or rather for Creepmas, as we say in the cross stitch, creepy cross stitch community. And I wanted very specific fabric color for it, so I wanted gray. So I had some linen, and I'll show you what I did. So this is, I call them Stormy Night. This is linen. This is just a regular tie-dye. And I did 4 pieces. So some of them are darker because like this is a full dye process, while this is half of the recommended dye. So the process is a little bit annoying. It's not tough, you just have to prepare, because I do the fabric dyeing in my kitchen, so I have to protect the tops. I have to make sure that nothing spills and destroys the wooden tops in my kitchen, so I just protect them with plastic bin bags and wear rubber gloves, and just keep watch on the time, because you're supposed to boil the fabric for 30 minutes, then add some salt and simmer it for another 30 minutes, and then you're supposed to wash it out with some vinegar, let it dry, and then set with heat, so you need to iron it. I use this dye. It's a Polish brand called BLE Color, white and color, and it's really cheap. I think it costs around 2 zloty. You can get it at any pasmanteria in Poland. I think translates to haberdashery, so it has like all kind of stuff for crafts. I found a store that lists on Etsy, and they are selling this dye. I mean, like, they are charging €2 something per packet, which is obviously much more than it actually is in zloty, but yeah, you can get it delivered. So I placed a test order from that store, and if it arrives without problems, I will post about it in the comments under this video. I called this fabric Stormy Night because it just reminded me of a storm, like the colors, the sky that's filled with gray rain clouds. What else did I want to show you? I wanted to show you my current whip. So I have a new pattern coming probably next week, because this is going to be a quick stitch. As you can tell, it's a fruit. It's a summer fruit. And I'm stitching it on a fabric I got at the cross stitch retreat. I believe this is Stitchy Ferret, because I had some leftover fabric. And yeah, I'm very happy with the design, and I cannot wait for you to see it. So yeah, I mean, that's all that there is to it. I also prepared 2 hoops with 14 count natural, I think yeah, this is raw linen, that's what it's called, Zweigat. So it has this like a very rustic look. I bought this fabric in a store on Neubaugasse here in Vienna, which sells cross stitch supplies, sewing supplies, also toys. They do framing as well, and I think they have some packs of like very old school vintage looking cross stitch. my throat. So I got two meters of this fabric, and I am going to start probably today on the mossy grave summer and spring versions, because I really want to stitch them. I asked on Instagram if you have any questions for me, so I can answer them in this video, because I honestly really like answering specific questions from you. If I can help you with something or share my knowledge, I absolutely am ready to spill the tea. So the first question, what do you use to mark black fabric? I mentioned in one of my previous videos that I don't grid my fabric because I am super lazy, but I have in the past used some marking material to on black Aida, because as you know, black Aida is notoriously difficult to stitch on. So I have one recommendation and one warning. So the first comes the warning. So I have this marker. It came in a pack of 4 or 5 different markers. There's like a air erasable marker, so like the marker eventually fades from the fabric. There's a water soluble one. I can't remember what else is there, but the water soluble one, the blue one, I'm very happy with, and I use it a lot if I stitch on white fabric. And the keyring, I imagine this is a Chinese brand because of the characters here on this pen. This is supposedly for marking dark fabrics. It's a white marker, as you can see, but this does not come out of the Aida cloth that I've used. If you ever spot this, I believe this is available on Amazon in these packs of 4. Like, I recommend the blue marker from this brand, but not this white one. And the second recommendation is just use chalk, because you know that it will always come out. Just regular, I mean, tailoring seamstress chalk. This little guy, this is a chalk pen from Prim. So it's the case you can buy separately, and then it comes with a refill. So you can get, I think now I can see that there are 2 different versions like of this pen. So you have the one that I have, so it's more, I think it's more comfortable for cross stitch specifically, and then there's the second one which kind of resembles the traditional chalk that tailors use to mark fabric. And yeah, so it's powdered. So what this does, it has like a little gear actually with some teeth at the top. This distributes the powdered chalk. I prepare a presentation. I don't know if you will be able to see it, but if you... And I think this is enough if you want to mark smaller section. Of course, if you're marking all Aida in chalk, like, I mean, it's not a method for permanent marking. If you're going to be moving your hands over the whole marked area, you might eventually like smudge the chalk, and it's going to come off the fabric. But I would say that this is a good idea if you wanted some alternative, and this will 100% come off the fabric because it's chalk. I bought this by Knupfe because Knupfe also stores a lot of Prim products, and I recommend that store. And the owner of Knupfe is just so lovely. Like, I watch her Instagram stories a lot. She's so funny. Yeah, so if you want to buy that stuff in Vienna, there are options. Second question. Who's your favorite bunny? Is it Igor? Absolutely. Igor is my top choice when it comes to bunnies. The next question comes from my adopted daughter, Marta, from Ars Onirica. Marta is an absolutely fantastic, creepy cross-stitch designer. I'm going to predict that she's going to be huge very soon. You should purchase something from her store because she's also participating in the Creepy Cross Stitch Collective sale until the end of July. So now is a good time to try some of her charts. She has this absolutely amazing anti-summer club chart, which I'm going to stitch soon because it's just so funny and so relatable. So that chart, I think that I might also stitch it for the World Cross Stitch Day. Like, I'm not sure if I'm going to manage finishing it, but I will definitely start it because it's just so cute. So Marta, my adopted daughter, asks, do you collect any embroidery gadgets, fancy scissors and stitchy gig treasures? My gut reaction when I read this question was like, no, I am not a collector. And this comes from my recent content choices, like what I was reading, what I was watching. I watched this documentary, Beanie Babies, because I wanted to understand a little bit of the Labubu craze. By the way, if you're seeing this little guy, this is a 3D printed creepy keyring from a local store here, Dreizag, here in Vienna. And if you love the look of this little guy, I would say this is kind of like a local Labubu alternative. So if you want to buy one of them, you should totally stop by the store, or order online. They also ship, at least within Austria. So my reaction was like, no, I'm not a collector. I'm not sentimental. I moved countries several times, so I try not to accumulate stuff that just is there to look pretty. But then I actually thought about my cross stitch possessions. And it is true that I like high quality materials. I like brands that are reputable, that have history, that have been chosen by cross stitchers, professional cross stitchers, or cross stitchers that have been cross stitching for a long time. And I will sometimes go out of my way to buy some of these brands. So my first king is shade cards. So I of course have the DMC shade card. So this was my first one that I bought because I design with DMC. Having a shade card, a DMC shade card, is so useful because of course the digital swatches are not going to look like the real deal. So it does help to compare the samples from the threads from the shade card. And I also recently, as I was in, I keep talking about this cross stitch retreat because it was like an eye-opening experience for me. So there, one of the fellow cross stitchers was getting rid of the Anchor shade card, and yeah, I know that there are rumors flying around that Anchor is being discontinued, so Anchor got acquired by DMC, but I still wanted it, and it was only £10, so I got it, and I love it. I have some Anchor threads because two of the closest needlework stores that I have near my flat, they exclusively stock Anchor, so it helps sometimes to go just around the corner and get myself some provisional threads from Anchor and then compare the thread with the DMC card and the Anchor card. Like it's really it's really convenient. That's the word that I was going for. And then my recent acquisition is the Olympus shade card, which I got through Anya Lampert, a sashiko artist here in Vienna who imports a lot of Japanese products. And she got me this beautiful shade card. So I love it, honestly. I have one design that I stitched specifically with Olympus Garden Party thread set, and I'm going to convert the design to all of the other thread sets, and eventually if someone wants to get it, they will be able to. I'll tell you more when it's going to be done, but right now just look at this stuff. Like, oh my god, it's amazing. So I really like Olympus. In comparison to DMC, I would say that it has this beautiful shine. It's softer. I really enjoyed stitching with the Garden Party set. And I consider Olympus to be like a luxurious cousin of DMC. So the colors are, I mean, they have way fewer colors than DMC. Obviously, DMC has over 400 something, and here you can see that there are much fewer colors to choose from, but they're really beautiful. If you want to try Olympus, then you can buy the shade cards as well from Anya Lampert. You just have to place an order for them because she requests them specifically from her supplier in Japan. So yeah, so that's first. That's shade cards. Is my guilty pleasure. Other brands that I will buy from, they just happen to be Japanese. I mean, they have history. They have they put so much pride into the creation of their products, and you can really sense the quality. The products are durable, they don't break easily, they last you a long time. So it's some of the products are not expensive. They are sometimes just difficult to get in Europe, with some exceptions. So when I was in Tokyo in February, I stocked up on a lot of the products. For example, one of the brands that I absolutely love is Clover. So I have needles from Clover, which I bought in a very small store in Tokyo. And I also got myself several needle threaders, because I use needle threaders for threading a needle. So I have the green needle threader, which I think is one of the best ones. It's just really sturdy. I had these like very cheap needle threaders where the threading bit is just a piece of wire and the wire would come off. So I think I bought like 10 needle threaders like that, because I knew that the wire is going to come up and it's going to be eventually useless. And this is the second one that I use quite extensively. I also have this, which is another needle threader, and I like this one because it hides in its metal shell, but it doesn't have any place to connect this particular needle threader to a keyring, so I can keep it together with my scissors. So Clover needle threaders I will buy basically knowing that they will last me forever. Like this one I've had absolutely forever, and it must be at least 2 years. The other brand that I really like is Kohana. They are like a collective of different artisanals in Japan, and they make thread snips and also scissors, like very high quality scissors. And their signature product, I think, like maybe the product that most people recognize from them, are these like tiny scissors. So I use these exclusively now when I'm stitching. So I attached the scissors to this little scissor fob, and yeah, I basically have them with my needle threader with me at all times, and yeah, they're amazing. Of course, the tips of the scissors are rounded, so they are not the best for frogging. But for that, I have another pair of scissors. I think these are like, there might be Prim as well. So these ones I know I bought from, well, actually, I don't know, I'm not sure. It's either Regina or Knupfe again. So you can see that the tip is very sharp. Please focus. And it's ideal for frogging, honestly. So yeah, Kohana. So I got from them, I got the mini scissors, I got the measuring tape, which is wrapped in a leather case. I think that's like their signature print. I got 2 needle minders. So this is both of them are like standing ceramic needle minders. So this one is a little sakura flowers or cherry blossom flower, and this is just like thread bobbin. So they are really cool because if I'm stitching somewhere, I just put them on the table and they can keep my needles safe. What else did I buy from Kohana? So I also bought some embroidery needles, so like cross stitch needle with rounded tip from Kohana, and I haven't used them yet because I have so many different needles. Speaking about needles from a Japanese brand, I think Tulip. So these needles, the yellow packaging, that they are famous. So they have this like golden eye that makes them stand out from other needles. They are really durable. You know what? I've never actually I've heard stories about people breaking their needles, but I've never had that experience. Mostly because I used the Prim needles when I started cross stitching, because Prim needles are available in most Austrian stores here in Vienna for cross stitch. But I also sometimes stitch with the tulip needles, and I mean, like, they're amazing needles, like they'll last you forever. So if you want to buy them, also Anya sells them in her store. So they are the yellow packaging Hiroshima needles. That's what they are known as. Yeah, any good quality cross stitch supplies, needlework supplies, I will definitely be happy to invest in. The last question. Show us the projects you are the proudest of, and this comes from Midnight Stitch, which is another talented creepy cross stitcher, which I think you should check out if you are interested. Beautiful charts, really, really beautiful charts. So I have two projects that I'm proud of. The first one is quite recent, actually. So this is the Haunted Community Center. It's a chart that I designed specifically for the brand community survey that I will be using for my master's thesis. It doesn't look as vibrant as it is in real life on camera, but I am very proud of it because I love stitching buildings. I really enjoyed designing this chart. I like the combination of orange and blue, even though it looks really happy, it's not very creepy when you look at it, but I just really, really liked to stitch it. I thought it was a fun project. And I was particularly proud of the roof because I think it looks really cool. So it's one of my bigger cross-stitch charts, and it's not listed anymore, so it was a reward for participating in the survey, but it will be listed in the store next year in January. But I'm very proud of it because yeah, it was fun to design, it was fun to stitch, it was fun to take photos of. I just love the colors, and even though it is not traditionally, like, it's not Gothic cross stitch, it's fun, it's colorful. I found myself really enjoying the entire process. Not mention that, like, you have these like little creepy elements here. So you have a demon cat, and do not bully me, my Canadian best friend. If I get a comment underneath this video about demon cats, I will absolutely yeet you out of the window. So it has some bats, it has some like evil red eyes. Obviously there is a skeleton, and then there are some ghosties. Here there's a weird gray figure in the window, and there's some like dripping blood. So this is also the fabric I bought at the Cross Stitch Retreat by Stitchy Ferret. I thought it was very nicely complementing the look of this particular design. And the second chart that I'm really proud of, I think it's mostly because I feel affinity with the topic. You know that I love horror movies, but I also really like the tropes that analyzing the tropes that are appearing in different horror movies. And one of the tropes that I quite enjoy, especially in the newer renditions of different horror movies, is the final girl. The final girl is it's pretty self-explanatory. So that's the girl that is left standing after everything is done, killed, shredded, cut to pieces. So she's the one that survives. And in the history of horror movies, very often it is a white person, it is a blonde, or someone that was considered very smart, someone that was shy, someone that was careful about not going straight to the cellar, not splitting, being a little bit suspicious of some of the situations that they're encountering. This chart was actually inspired by the book The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. It's a really unusual take on final girls. So in the book there are several different final girls that are fashioned after famous horror movies final girls, And you kind of see a different side of being a final girl, like the repercussions of what it means to survive and then go on to live your life, wondering if you will indeed get to live a normal life, or there will be some retribution coming from those that try to kill you at some point. I think that it's a really interesting topic. So this cross stitch is kind of a tribute to final girls. It says final girls don't cry. No, they don't. They just keep on going. They're surviving whatever horrors are thrown at them, and that's why I used the Converse shoes. I wear Converse shoes. They're super comfortable, but also like they're so casual, right? So these ones have the soles covered in blood because the final girl has gone through horrors and blood and destruction, but she still came out not unscathed. There are consequences of her experiences that she will have to carry with her, but she survived, and I think that's the most important part. What doesn't kill us make us stronger. So that's the message of this cross stitch chart.
Public service announcement.
I have purchased a ticket to the Stitch Fest in London because that's coming up. It's an annual event for those loving embroidery, cross stitch, sewing. It happens in London. Let me open the official website. Yes, it's from the 19th to 22nd of March 2026 at the Business Design Centre in Islington in London. So I bought myself a ticket to go to the opening day on the 19th of March. I decided I'm going to organize a meetup for cross-stitchers, creepy cross-stitchers in London. So on the 20th of March, if you would be interested, I have a sign-up form on my website now. I'm going to link it in the caption of this video. If you're going to be coming to the Stitch Festival, or if you are in London or somewhere where it's easy to travel to London from, that you're welcome to join. I don't know if it's going to be a cross-stitch meetup or if it's going to be a social gathering. If it's a small group of people, I think we'll be able to find a place to cross-stitch in peace. And if it's a bigger group, I was thinking maybe we can go to one of the museums, like Victoria and Albert Museum always have some like interesting needlework exhibitions, which I think would be very, very cool to visit with people that love cross-stitch. So if you would like to join, just sign up and you will receive more details probably closer to end of this year, depending how many people decide to come. March should be all right weather-wise, so we might be able to, if it's a larger group, we might be able to meet outside. Other than that, remember that the Creative Cross Stitch Collective sale is ending end of this month, so you have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days to buy something at discount of up to 50%. Like if you love, for example, Gothic stuff, like Susie from Goth Stitch has an insane 50% off deal on her patterns. I mentioned Ars Onirica, my adopted daughter. I mentioned Bractalia fabrics, like honestly amazing cross stitchers and cloth dyers, so you should definitely check them out and purchase stuff before the World Cross Stitch Day on the 8th of August. I think this is it from me. Next week I will definitely show you more whips and also a finish of the summer chart that I am cross stitching now. Subscribe to this channel. Oh, one last thing. If we get to 200 subscribers on this channel, I will do a live stream. I have never done a live stream. I don't know how you even start to do a live stream. Actually, no, that's not true. I have a bit of an inclination of how to host a live stream. So if we get to 200 subscribers on this channel, I will do a stitch and chill and chat live stream with you. So tell your mom, tell your annoying uncle, tell your sister, your brother, whoever, tell your neighbor. If we get to 200 subscribers, we'll have a live stream and we get to meet in real time. So online still, but in real time, which is super cool, I think. I would really love to chat with you. Yeah, 200 subscribers, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do a live stream. So keep working at it. If you haven't subscribed yet, then please do. Like this video, leave a comment. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Have a nice day. Bye.